Hello guys, and it's Choco Rush, and today we're not going to be doing any speed paints. I thought we could do a real life... Oh, wait a second. What is that? What is this? Oh no. Well, let's dive in. Alright, so as you can see, I had so much time that I ended up making a very cheesy entrance. So you might look at this picture and say, oh, well, that's not too bad. Well, I actually drew this recently, so the speed paint's up for it, so you can go check that out, But yeah, basically this is for old art. So all of the art you're gonna see here is gonna be like a few years old, if not a few months old, things like that. I recorded this some time ago, but I decided to go back and record it again because there was quite a few mistakes in it. So, dinosaur! He's walking back. Oh no, he's gone. Okay, okay, let's move on. So this is how I draw myself, and I actually have a persona for that, and this is just like for the fun of it. I like parted her hair sideways, but yeah, this is like a self-portrait in quotes. And this is how I drew myself 3 years ago. So as you can see here, like my hair thing, if you've seen my persona, like she has kind of the same bangs going on over here. That cheesy little name, me on paint. So yeah, I used to use paint a lot. Like I literally have it right here. Here's paint, and then I moved on to my paint, and then I moved on to Paint Tool Sci. So yeah, basically I've gone through a lot of softwares, and so far I really like Paint Tool Sci. So let's go on. Oh, okay. So I used to ship Star Dancer with the Doctor, and that was 3 years ago as well. Apparently. Oh, so much nostalgia. So this was for my old blog about Star Dancer and the Doctor. It's not on the web anymore. I ended up deleting the blog because there was nothing going on with it. So, for those of you guys who never turned into my blog, there's no way that you can go back and see it. But for those of you who did, Ariadna, yeah, remember this? Oh. And as you can see, my moons were horrible back then. TARDIS is on point, though. And, okay. Oh, jeez. Where am I going? Okay. This was actually drawn 1 year ago, so, my style has improved. I keep skipping ahead. So, Ariadna, as I said, this is her pony, you see? The one to the right. Oh, I remember her. I still follow her Instagram and all that, because, like, she doesn't post that much on Page World. And she was one of my very first friends on Page World. Like Crazy Cat 15, Ariadna, Autumn Song, those guys. Oh my god, I remember. We used to fight the world. And then here's Star Dancer, and that's a great hind leg, as you can see. And again, my moons looked horrible. And then here, this is actually a redraw. So this was drawn in 2014. So this was 2 years ago, and this is 1 year ago. And I use the same software Paint for both of these, because I was like, well, if we're gonna redraw it, why not draw it on the same software, And I think I like how this one looks better. So back then, I used to be awesome at Paint, and then I turned like, bleh. I feel like redrawing this again, though. She looks really cute. I really like how this looks. I also have to start drawing Star Dancer again because I miss my baby. I mean, my DeviantArt is named after her. I used to be so proud of this. This was in 2015, so a year ago. 2 days after my birthday. So, again, this is Star Dancer with her bat wings, and that background portion was never painted. Yeah. I like how I called this acoustic. Nice. This was drawn on my paint. I'm pretty sure I used a base for this. And then the rest was just like me being weird. Watermark on point, Angie. This was drawn 3 years ago as well. And I think I used to be super proud of this too. Look at it. So pixely. I don't like it. Anyways. This is my OC, Alex Helltaker. He was created at the same time when I created my OC, Dylan, which I don't think I ever drew him on digital, but yeah. Alex Helltaker, he was like amazing. I used to ship him with this one guy. I think he was what's it called? I think the person I shipped him with was one of Olivia Cat's OCs. And if you guys want to check out their profiles, they're on PageWorld, these people, because I used to always be on PageWorld back then. And now I'm moving on to like things like Instagram, Tumblr, things like that, and I don't really usually post on PageWorld anymore. So, but I still post once in a while, so don't be afraid to follow me at the horrible watermark here. Don't ask about my username. Ando. So I actually have a full-on story for him, and I was going through my notebooks the other day. I'm going to be doing what's it called? I'm going to be doing a sketchbook, like going through my old sketchbooks towards the newer ones. I never really dated my sketchbooks, so like I'm not really sure if I'm going to be going through them in order. But anyways, there's going to be a day where I'm going to read to you guys the story of Ando, which I saw the story and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to read it. I have to film this. So, here's Ando, and I will get back to you guys with the story someday. I used to be so proud of this. I also saw this in one of my old sketchbooks, in quote, because I used to also draw in like notebooks and stuff. This was drawn in a notebook, and I literally took a picture of it, put it on my computer, and digitalized it. And I used to be so proud of this, I remember. And I was like, Daddy, look what I drew. But, like, I look at it now, and I'm just like, what's going on with her hands? Okay, this hand's okay, but what's going on with this one? What's going on here with her eyes, you know? I feel like redrawing this. Okay, and this was not drawn by me. This part was drawn by Ariadna 3 years ago. And to be honest, we both improved a lot. Star Dancer. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm sick right now, so my throat hurts. So this is Star Dancer again. I think this is when because Star Dancer, she's gone through many changes in her character design. Like, she's had pink and black hair. She's had, like, damsel, her tail. She's had bat wings, Pegasus wings. I even drew her with a unicorn horn once. And, well, she's gone through many changes as my OC, which is why I really like her, because she's gone through a lot with me. And she was the second pony OC I ever made. You're gonna see the first pony OC that I made when I was really little. And yes, a bunch of my drawings here are ponies because I used to draw them so much. And now I draw more humans. I'm telling you, I've been going through my sketchbooks lately, trying to find characters because I'm compiling, like, drawing a bunch of my characters. And, yeah. So, um, I was actually going through my Tumblr here back when I had, Star Dancers Tumblr, as I said before. And well, Star Dancer, like, I was going through this and I was like flipping through the pages, and all of a sudden her Tumblr blog glitched. So I took a screenshot and drew this in her style. So okay, this is because of my Tumblr blog as well, because I used to ship Star Dancer with the Doctor, as I said before. And this was actually drawn a year ago, really? Oh, a year ago on, like, 2 days after my birthday. Okay, that makes sense. Seriously, this is only a year ago? Jesus, what year are we in? Oh my gosh, that was a year ago. I just can't believe how much I've improved. Anyways, so, yeah, like they're just like, are you two besties or rivals? Rivals? Why? No. Okay, so, as I said before, my first OC was this one, Crayon Box. This was drawn by my brother. This was literally 4 years ago, guys. 4 years ago, I drew like this. And this was towards the end of the year. It was like December 30th. The reason I know these dates is because my computer is awesome enough to like actually like save the dates from when I drew these. So my computer's boss, you know. Oh my gosh, why can't I do this? Please, this step. Okay. So, yeah, like this is Crayon Box, and yeah, she was one of my very first pony OCs. Not even one of my, this was literally my first pony OC. So, Crayon is left. Well, the reason I drew a bunch of these types of things, like, oh no, Crayon Box, is because she had derpy eyes just like Derpy. Yeah, and I used to ship her with Doctor too. So, be prepared to see a bunch of shipping pictures. Star Dancer, what's going on with your leg? I remember I was actually very proud of this because of the eyes. This looks horrible. It's funny because I titled this awesome pic.png. Yeah. Star Dancer. I feel like redrawing this too. Someday I'm gonna come around to like redrawing this. This was at her stage where like she didn't have the blue, because I had like taken that off of her. I actually have a My Little Pony custom of her. Like someday I'll post a picture of that. So yeah, 3 years ago this was drawn. Oh, her cutie mark. I had to redraw her. She was really cute. She was like my second OC, so cringeworthy. Oh, this is Acacia. Okay, so only a few of my Page World followers will understand who this is. This is Acacia, and she was based off of a tree, but for some reason I kept on like making her a watermelon pony, which made no sense except for her hair. Cringe. Oh my gosh. This was drawn 4 years ago, guys. I used to be so proud of this. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, the crowd's going wild for Crayon Box, and like she's it's wonderful. And yeah, she was an alicorn, by the way. But yeah. Wow. This is so old. I remember I used to be so proud of this. And I actually thought this was pretty cool back then. Like how my signature stayed the same color because I decided to like change the background. Aww. Okay, so I told you would see a bunch of shipping pictures. This was drawn 3 years ago on January 1st. Dude, I keep thinking that, oh yeah, she looks weird upside down. So I keep thinking like that I drew this like so long ago, and it turns out this was like, Jesus. It turns out this was actually like recently drawn 3 years ago. You know, that's really weird. I've been drawing since like second grade, and like I started taking it even more seriously when I heard about My Little Pony, which is why I draw ponies more often. There's a bunch of people who hate on me because I draw so much ponies, but they have a special place in my heart. Um, oh. I used to be so proud of this, no lie. But yeah, like going through my pictures again, it just warms my heart. Like looking at all of the pictures that I drew so long ago, how I was so proud of these pictures. And besides that, I'm just over here like, holy moly, I've improved. So it gives me this warm feeling of, I remember thinking this, and also, I've improved. This is nice. And then here are my little babies. Oh, these are my Lovely Complex based characters. Lovely Complex is an anime which I still think is my #1 favorite anime because it's amazing. Well, it's one of those like shoujo, like lovey-dovey animes where in the beginning it's like, oh yeah, everyone ships you, but you guys hate each other. So I made my own Lovely Complex couple. And I actually did redraw them, I think 2 days ago. And yeah, but that's so cute. Oh, I'll do a video on like my OCs, just like to let you know like what my OCs look like and what they like and stuff. Once I finish like my new and improved OC chart, like I have more than 60 if I count them, right? And I'm still drawing them. But yeah, I used to be so proud of this. I really liked how I shaded the eyes back then. Cookie Num Num.png. This was drawn 3 years ago, and I actually redrew this a year ago, I think. I think I posted this to my old Star Dancer Tumblr blog. The doctor's tie is like on her neck. That's nice. So, yeah. Oh, I remember this. I went through a sock fetish when I was a little kid. Well, not fetish. I wouldn't call it that. I was just really obsessed with socks. I was like, oh my gosh, socks are so cute, you know? I remember Cookie Mouse Rat. Cookie Mouse Rat. This is not a panda at all. I used to say, oh man, this is a panda. That's cool. And no, you can't see me, but I'm literally shaking my head. I'm just like, no. Cookie Mouse Rat. I used to be really obsessed with Bald Dumbo Rat or Jitterbug Jive, and they're from Tumblr. They're the people who run Lovestruck Derpy. There we go. And Lovestruck Derpy really inspired me, along with 2 other artists. They really did inspire me with like the way I draw, and it always makes me happy visiting Tumblr again because I finally decided, you know what, I have to get my Tumblr up and running again. And so I decided to go back, and I found 2 of the artists, including Jitterbug Jive, and well, there's one of the artists that I really, really, really looked up to that every time I think of her, I'm just so happy. Like, I can't find her. I can't find her mod blog. I can't find her. Well, I found her like comic blog, but she ended up wiping out the comic blog. So yeah, sad story, but it's true. And so I actually just remembered I used to be so bummed out because Jitterbug Jive or Bald Dumbo Rat, he was hiring artists for Lovestruck Derpy, like about the time this was drawn or something. Yeah, Bald Dumbo Rat was like an inspiration for this, by the way. I'm not really sure if I cleared that up. Anyways, he was hiring artists for Love Struck Derpy just in case if he couldn't go and draw the comic. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna make it. And I didn't make it. Cries. And at first I was like, I was really bummed out for it. And the two other artists, which I shall mention on later on, they like helped me get through that sadness because like they were there for me and we all spoke together. It was nice. It was a really great friendship. Um, so yeah, it's like I didn't get in, but I look back at my art now and I'm just like, of course I didn't. My art looks horrible. I told you. Like, warning. A lot of shipping art. I got a tea to calm my coughing. Um, so, Crayon Box and the Doctor. I used to be so... Oh. You know, last time I recorded this, I was looking at this and I'm just like, what does this mean? And I just realized it's CB plus DR, aka Crayon Box plus Doctor. That's funny. So, yeah. Oh. I used to be so proud of this. Like, okay, the file name for this always makes me laugh. I'm just trying so hard right now. Okay, so it says Crayon Box with real pony eyes on it. And this was drawn 4 years ago, never mind. 2012. 4 years ago. Oh, Crayon Box with real pony eyes. Oh, this is so cute. I remember this. I was so proud of this because, as you can see here, look, next picture. Here, I used to draw ponies a lot like this 4 years ago, and I was always like, oh, it's my style, you can't say anything about it. I would tell this to my mom and my dad and my brother because they were all like, why are their eyes like that? And I look back on it now and I'm like, actually, yeah, why are their eyes like that? But I used to say, oh, no, it's my style. Yeah, this is how I'll draw my eyes forever, I used to say, and no. That's not the case. If you look at my art now, I draw way differently. Attack position. Aww. Why are you gonna attack this poor little butterfly? At least I got perspective, okay. Okay. So. This is, start answer, and I was like, yay, I got my cutie mark. The little weird star cutie mark. I used to be super proud of this, and I still kind of like it. I like how her eyes came out, but that's about it. So I used to be really proud of this when I was like, ooh, dinosaur guy. This is like a mouse cursor, like, oh, something's loading. But yeah, I used to be really proud of this. This was drawn 2 years ago. I see so many mistakes. Okay, first of all, how does your hair go like that? Second of all, what's up with their torsos? Third of all, I don't think that's how you draw hands. At least I was expert enough to, like, put this guy's hand behind his back. What's going on with their pants? I thought her torso was here. Why is her pants there? So much mistakes. Oh well. Okay, so next picture, discorded, in quotes, Crayon Box. And if you watch the show, you probably know what discorded means. I went through this stage because I was like really in love with Jitterbug Jives / Ball Dumber Rats comics, and he has this comic called Discorded Hooves. So I read it, and of course I loved it. I was like, yeah, Discorded crayons. Yes. I don't like this yellow. Um, so this, again with the eyes, I don't like these, and I was such an expert that I decided to draw a happy face on a heart, as you can see. Anyways, she's like, I will wait. Oh, it just reminded me of something. I'm not gonna tell you guys, but it's great. So basically, she fell asleep. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna surprise her and stuff." But what? I think that says pony box. What's up with these hearts? What are these? Oh well, the world will never know. And again, I said before that Crayon Box's eyes are crooked, so he's like, why was I born this way, you know? Oh, Flash Dash. I used to be so proud of this OC. Flash Dash, she was like Time Lord Princess, because I was so in love with the Doctor back then. I still like the Doctor. He's really nice, and he's really nice. Great. Yeah, dude, I've met him. He's awesome. No, I still like the Doctor. I like the story behind it. I haven't watched, if there's any recent episodes, I have not watched them. This was drawn 3 years ago. But anyways, I used to be like so obsessed with this, and I used to have a friend who was also very obsessed with it. So, you know, fangirls. And I think I actually gave her away to a page-year-old follower, but I don't think that follower never actually used her. She was just like, you know what, just give me her, you know, she's cool. And I'm like, okay. And yeah, I think I'm gonna start drawing her again someday. No. Ew, actually, my computer had the right to skip that. I think this was either a DTA or I was drawing a character for someone. I don't remember, but last time I recorded this video, I showed like over here, you know, I showed the title of the art, and the title is Foxflower 13, and if you go on PageWorld and search that up, that's an actual account, but if I do recall, she doesn't really have that many pictures on it. If I doesn't really have any pictures, I think she doesn't even have any at all. You see, PageWorld's going through this thing where a bunch of artists are leaving, like they're starting to get more social media, things like that. And yeah, it makes me sad because PageWorld is what I grew up with. But it's also getting a bunch of new members, and the newer members are actually very good at drawing, and I'm just over here kind of intimidated. I have 1,000 and something followers, I think 1,500 followers on PageWorld, and I feel like I've abandoned them. But if you guys follow me on PageWorld, please know I did not abandon you. I just haven't had the time to go on post on PageWorld. I haven't even updated on my Instagram for who knows how long. But give me some time and I'll start updating, you know? But for now, you have me here on YouTube. This was drawn. It used to be my persona when I had my hair short. Now my hair is growing longer. This is a drawing of Human Star Dancer. Her forehead. I think I was gonna say whore-fed. You know, whore-fed. Forehead. Her forehead is too big or maybe it's okay, but like I think the actual issue here is like, where are her eyebrows? Her eyebrows are invisible, as you can see. Well, I can see them a little, but like not that much. This was really, I think this is vent art. What's going on with her tears? I used to think I was very depressed, and in the end, I realized that no, I could live my life better. So I decided to go with it, and it turns out I'm actually pretty happy. Well, that's actually true. Like, I used to think I was very sad with my life. I used to think my life was horrible, and that's really not the case. Like, I think I'm more fortunate than like many people. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone. I'm just saying that, like, I'm okay with what I have right now. I'm not rich, not poor. I'm okay. Anyways, on with the critique. Why is her torso very long? That makes me sad. Okay, so I think this could have been great. Like, the elbows look okay, but her arms are really long. And then her torso is very long as well. Very great background, though. Aesthetic. Oh, I remember when I used to draw Star Dancers ears like this. I think this was because, like, I really liked this one Tumblr blog back then. 3 years ago. I liked this one Tumblr blog called Oddie, the Odd Pony, I think. I'm not sure if she's still on Tumblr. She probably is. Maybe she isn't. I don't know. But she is on DeviantArt, of course. I just forgot what her name was on DeviantArt. Oh well. But yeah, I was really inspired by her too. And so, yeah. Star Dancer, as I said before, has gone through many changes. And this is Slayer, which actually he has many fans on my page world. Or he had many fans because I haven't drawn him in a really long time. And besides that, I haven't been on Page World in a really long time. So, but last time I posted something on Slayer, there was a bunch of positive feedback, I remember. And this is Feather. Cringeworthy. Yeah, again with the discordantness. I'm so sad about this. I don't like how it looks. At least I didn't use the same yellow as I did before. I hate that yellow color. This one's okay. Anywho, onwards and upwards. Or how he says it. Alonzi. Oh. Okay, so now, as I said before, I used to have three main artists. 3 years ago, I had 3 main artists that inspired me. And this picture illustrates one of the artists, but she was best friends with the other artist, right? So this is Dwark the Doctor. Dwarky. Oh. As I said before, I had this one artist that I couldn't find, and that artist is Dwarky. Or Caterpon, or if she goes by any other name now. And, she really inspired me. She was, like, one of my biggest inspirations back then. And she had this whole Tumblr blog for it. And I'll link my 3 favorite artists from back then in the description. I'll link them. So, yeah, Dwarky / Caterpon. I loved her so much. She was amazing. Her art was amazing. I'm not sure where she is now. And if I ever find her, I'll be sure to let you guys know. because she was amazing. She had a great voice. She had a great like fan base around her. It was wonderful. Like literally talking about her just makes me have this fuzzy feeling like I remember this, you know? His goggles look weird though. But yeah, she made this blog called Dork the Doctor, which is Doctor Hooves and a rainbow companion, the Doctor. Um, and this style was like how I used to draw back then was like really inspired by her. And the other artist is Chrissy Cat, who she also has a what's it called? She also has a YouTube channel called Popstar Derpy because one of her story blogs was Popstar Derpy. But I literally just visited her blog today, her Tumblr, and like I don't she hasn't really updated it ever since Dork the Doctor and stuff like that. Or has she? I'm not really sure because I've been on a bunch of Tumblr blogs today. But yeah, I was revisiting them and I don't know, it just makes me so happy. Like this friendship that I had, but I just makes me sad. Anyways, yeah, I shipped them and it actually became official Dwarky times Star Dancer. It became an official ship back then and oh I remember so much of this. It always made me happy. But yeah, because I asked Dorky to like list the number of ships he had, like Dork the Doctor times another pony, and it's like times Star Dancer times Poppy, Popstar Derpy, times times New Ramen, no, times Chrissy was it? Was Oh no, wait. Popstar Derpy was one thing, and then Poppy was something else, wasn't it? Anyways, yeah, I made me so happy. And again, I can't find Dorky anywhere, so if anyone knows where she is, please tell me. I miss Dorky. And then this was also for the little blog I made. Of course, by Star Dancer, because that's what the whole blog was surrounded by. I think that was an OC. I don't remember. That is great. As you can see, that was amazing. Like, it's just sparkle. Kira, Kira. You know. Okay, I'll stop. And here are my little lovely complex characters again. Why I keep on like moving my mouse around. I don't think I should be doing that. I think that's becoming very obnoxious. I'm very sorry. But yeah, as I said before, I was really proud of like the shading for their eyes. Yeah. I actually really like how these pictures look. And as I said before, I did redraw them. So once I start going through my old OCs again, and like I'll record a video to like tell you guys a bit about their backstory and all that fun stuff, I will show you guys them. Oh, I think I digitalized this. Like, I think this was on my notebook first, and then I digitalized it. I don't know, I don't really like how it looks anymore. Oh my gosh. I used to sorry. I used to do this thing where I used to do this thing where I would draw something and then I'd make layers upon layers of like, you know, these like streak things, and like there's also some where like there's like bubbles or something, and I was like super proud of it. And I was like, yeah, this is cool, but no, it looks horrible. Oh, what'd I miss? No. And this is Purple Dragon. Again, for those of you guys who used to follow me on Page World back then, like 3 years ago, how I was like super infatuated. Infatuated? Would that be a good word? I don't know. Sometimes I use words that I don't even know what they mean. I used to be so obsessed. I'm gonna just stick to that word now because I'm not even sure what I'm saying in these videos. Besides that, I love you all. So I used to be so obsessed with my characters and My Little Pony. So yeah. This is Purple Dragon, and for those of you, again, if you followed me on Pageworld back then, you would know who this is because there was actually a tight fan base around this person too. And by fan base, I mean there was many people who actually loved this guy. Where's his other ear? I don't know. Oh my gosh, go back. So I found this keyboard at Goodwill, and then there was a missing letter, and it was like, coincidentally, it was the letter E, and so I put Equestria. Push all the buttons. This was drawn 3 years ago. This is a very, like, back then, 3 years ago, this is how Dworky used to draw, like, his style, you know? So, yeah. Oh. This is actually drawn a year ago? Really? Really? This was drawn a year ago? I feel like I just drew it yesterday. Like, it literally says 2015 on this. I can't believe it. I like how I could actually rate my drawings. That's weird. Okay, so I started this tag once in PageWorld, and I don't think anyone went on it, but it was like, have your OCs color one of your pictures or something like that. Ugh. So this is Sanju, and Sanju and Kano, I just realized this. And by just realized this, I literally mean, like, 2 days ago, I realized that Sanju and Kano are literally the only two of my boy characters. And, okay, I have many boy characters. All of you must know this by now. I have a lot of boy characters and only kind of 2 handfuls or just a handful of girl characters. But I realized that for my 4 main boy OCs, the 4 that have been with me the longest, because I think Sanju is 3 years old and Kano's older than Sanju. Yeah. I think. So, no, actually, okay, so Kano was based off of my other OC, Alex Helltaker, which you saw at, the very beginning of this video, and then, but, sometimes I count Kano as Alex, but other times I don't. It's complicated. Anyways, so Sanju, I drew him, and I'm like, yeah, this guy, he's my little baby, right? And then Kano, the same thing. Kano doesn't wear the panda hat anymore. But as for Q and Felix I adopted from this other person because I asked her if she could make me an adoptable, and that's where Felix came from. And Q, the way that I played it out, I drew Q and I was like, oh, look, a wild OC, you know, I'm gonna keep him and stuff. So basically, these 2 are the only 2 that weren't adopted from those 4. I don't know. I found that interesting. And discorded start-ins are great. Oh, this was nice. This was one of the first pictures of Slayer. And as you can see, he doesn't have his cutie mark yet. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah. One of the first pictures of Slayer. Okay, so this was drawn a long time ago, and then this was drawn barely a year ago. So I think this was drawn 3 years ago again. So it was Starbot, I called her. Storebot. Okay, so this is my old OC Angel. This is the lovely complex pairing again, like my own OCs based off of lovely complex. Where are their ears? Where are their eyebrows? What's going on with his head? Where are their noses? You know, there's so much I can point out from okay, this shading's A-okay. I used to go as a Angel. Like, she used to be my persona. Aww. Okay, so this is Crayon Box. And this is Gamer Blast. And Gamer Blast and Slayer have their own little, like, story behind them. But that's for another day. And here's Acacia. This is an image I got off of Google, but this is Acacia. That was an Acacia tree, by the way. Expert watermark, you know. This was like for my season picture because this was drawn 2 years ago apparently. I had decided to make like seasonal pictures. I don't know where her eyebrows are, but yeah, sorry. I decided I would make something like season pictures, and this was one of my very first one. In the end, I never did it. But, a few comments I have to say about this. I know it's supposed to be snowing, but, like, I think that this was a little too much. And by a little too much, I mean a lot too much. As I said before, I used to, like, layer upon layers, make things on my things, without really a need to, and without really an explanation behind them. I thought it looked cool. Now it just looks like it's taking up the canvas, and you can't really even pay attention to her eyes, which is what I really wanted. And again with the shipping pictures. Crayon Box, and the doctor, and cleverly matching pillows. I think Crayon Box turned into a butterfly that day. And, okay. So, that's it for this video. And remember to tune in for when I do that whole, like, video of my sketchbooks and stuff. So, keep having a great day, guys, and thank you so much for joining me in this. It might have been a little boring for you, but it makes me happy that you guys cared enough to watch this. So, thanks a lot. I'll keep being a sick little Angie over here until, you know, my cold passes. I know it's in the middle of the summer, but I still got sick for some reason. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. This was a really, like, kind of like, I could call it emotional. Like, it just made me really happy seeing a bunch of my old stuff and how I really improved. Like, as you can see, going through all of that horrible art, and now you see this, and I'm just so happy with how I turned out to be an artist. And if you're an artist too, I suggest you do the same. Go through your old pictures. Instead of saying, oh man, look at my art, it looks horrible, because I know so many artists who do that. Go through your old pictures and just be like, hey, I remember you. But anyways, have a great day. As I said before, keep being beautiful, you guys. Love you all. Thank you for joining me, and bye.